Albany. Albany, huh? Got a family up there? Or just my mother? Just my mother? Oh, you're gonna live with your mother?
Dad?
This is the story of Norman Bates and his mother, Norma Louise Bates, a widow and her son with an unusually close bond, looking for a fresh start in beautiful White Pine Bay.
This is crazy, Mom.
It's not crazy. We're gonna run this place.
We own a motel, Norman Bates. Come on, I want to show you the house.
You're new. What's your name?
There, Norman becomes friends with a town it girl, Bradley Martin.
You're different.
What's so different about me?
Oh, it's just a feeling I get.
And the girl next door, Emma Cody.
Do you have some sort of chronic illness?
No,
Well, I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
I'm okay.
Norman also finds a connection with his new teacher, Miss Watson.
I think you're an old soul, Norman. I just feel like you understand things that are way beyond your years.
It seems like the perfect town to start a new life.
I made it blue. It's your favorite color.
It's cool, Mom.
Yeah, it's ours, Norman. It's our very own.
Unfortunately for Norma and Norman, White Pine Bay isn't as welcoming as it first appears to be.
I'm Keith Summers. This is my family's property. What makes you think you can run this place by yourself?
Because I can. Now get the hell off my property.
You liked it.
Afraid to trust the local sheriff, Alex Romero,
Yes, Sheriff?
Wouldn't mind if we take a look inside with you?
the two decide to cover up their crime.
I love you, Norman. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I love you too, Mom.
And as they struggle to settle in,
Hey, Mom.
Dylan Massett, Norma's estranged son, shows up at her door.
You know, it's a really nice town you picked here, Norma. To start a new life and all,
Stop calling me Norma.
Dylan starts asking questions about her husband's death.
Let me tell you what happened that night that Sam died.
Who's gonna pay for electricity? Say you'll take the back!
It's now apparent what Norma's running from.
Sam's death was an accident, that's what he believes.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. He doesn't know what he was doing, so he needs to be protected.
But Norma isn't able to protect Norman from himself.
What are you doing?
Norman? Norman?
Sometimes you hear and see things that aren't there.
It's not true.
You know, it's like some kind of trance or something.
Norman tries to keep things normal.
You still like her, don't you?
That's ridiculous.
Take a bit of go.
Yeah. Mom, can I talk to you outside for a sec? Stay away from her.
But with Norman feeling lost, Ms. Watson is there for him, as she always seems to be.
What are you doing walking in the rain? Come on, get in!
That's when Norman has a vision, and bad Norma appears.
You know what you have to do.
And where things start to get really confusing for Norman.
Everything's all right now, Norman. Everything is good.
Despite their rocky start, Norma is determined to make things work.
Good morning. How's it going? Where's Norman? He's supposed to be here.
Norman has a new hobby,
You spend your days taking apart dead animals. It's just weird.
and Dylan sticks around, finding a lucrative niche in the White Pine Bay way of life. Things are looking up. That is, until Norman becomes a person of interest in Miss Watson's murder.
Miss Watson is dead.
Did you ever go to her house?
I did.
Yeah, when?
I don't remember exactly.
Hey, I'm looking for Norma Bates. Who are you? I'm her brother.
Meanwhile, another dark chapter from Norma's past catches up to her.
Norman, can I tell you something that I've never told anybody? My brother used to make me have sex with him.
You have to leave.
Caleb's return pits brother against brother and leaves a family splintered.
I'm not gonna let him hurt you!
Stop it! He can't help it! It's his dad! Caleb is his dad. I'm sorry.
Things get even more complicated when Norma discovers that Norman has been lying about the night Miss Watson died.
You are obsessed with that dead woman. Why? Why, Norman? Why are you obsessed with her death?
I went to her house that night. The night she was killed.
Did you sleep with her?
I don't really remember.
And new evidence makes Norman the prime suspect.
The semen sample in Blair Watson, the one that we never identified, it matched Norman Bates.
Stocked with bottles.
In White Pine Bay, it always seems that trouble is just around the corner. And as Dylan makes his name in the drug trade, he learns that its roots touch nearly everyone in town.
It's my dad's car.
Enraged by her father's death, Bradley Martin takes matters into her own hands by killing her father's murderer.
Did you mean what you said, that you'd always be here for me? Good. Because I need your help.
Together, they fake Bradley's suicide.
I always knew there was something special about you.
But the ghost of Miss Watson continues to haunt Norman when Romero comes knocking.
Why are you lying to me?
I didn't lie to you.
You did. I know you had sex with Blair Watson the night she was murdered. I need to know the truth, Norman. Norman!
Under extreme stress, Norman flashes back and must face what really happened that night.
Norman! Norman? You know what you have to do.
Afraid he'll harm someone else, Norman realizes there's only one way out.
There's something wrong with me. I'm bad.
You're not bad. You've never meant to hurt anybody in your life.
But I did. I know I did.
You don't know what's real and what's not, Norman. You have these blackouts and they confuse you.
Frightened of the monster inside him, Norman agrees to take a polygraph test to find out definitively if he killed Miss Watson.
Have you ever had sex with one of your teachers?
Yes.
Was this teacher Blair Watson?
Yes.
Did you kill Blair Watson?
That's when bad Norma takes the blame.
Norman, you didn't kill Blair Watson. I did.
Norman's innocence is a huge relief for Norma, but she still worries about him everywhere she goes.
Do you know anything about blackouts?
Norma and Norman's relationship becomes too close for comfort, and Dylan is sure to let Norma know.
Norman's 18. He shouldn't be sleeping in the same bed as his mom.
You're overreacting. He just fell asleep. It's not a big deal.
All right, fine.
Sheriff Romero can't help but be drawn in by Norma and the Bates family, but he can never seem to make the right move.
Okay.
But before life can return to normal,
I'll sit with you while you have your lunch, sweetheart.
Norman's blackouts become more frequent.
Till human voices wake us. Adrian.
Norman's behavior becomes even more disturbing.
Norman! Get in the house! You can't do stuff like this, Norman. It's not normal!
Norma decides she needs a break from the family to clear her head.
Mother! Your brother will look after you!
She can't do this. She can't leave me.
Norman, let her go!
It was more than Norman could handle.
What are you doing?
Sit down, honey. I'm just making some breakfast. French toast.
You feeling better?
Oh, I'm fine. Got some beautiful blackberries yesterday. Can we get them out of the fridge?
Norman?
Norman's sleeping. He thinks he's you, Norma. We need to do something. We have to deal with it.
And as his downward spiral continues, Bradley returns to try to convince him to leave White Pine Bay. But Mother would never let Norman leave without a fight.
Did you really think you'd be able to lure Norman away from me with that hot little sex kitten routine of yours?
What are you talking about?
I practically invented this routine.
Norman! Shut up, dumb bitch! Shut up! No one ever can train me in my son.
Mother, what have you done? Mother. What have you done?
Norman, we'll always be together.
Won't that be nice?
Yes, Mother. I guess it will.
Norman?
I want my mother.
Norman is getting worse.
Now, either she's insane or you are.